Subscribe our channel. Stay till the end of the stories for more twist and turn. Comment us about what kind of stories you like to hear. I think my 25 male girlfriend, 24 female, is emotionally cheating on me with her best friend. She insists I'm a toxic manipulator. Long. GF Anna caught sleeping with her best friend, planning to move in with him, insists there's no cheating and tells me I'm trying to control her. My girlfriend Anna and I have been together for 4 years. Up until recently, our relationship was going well and both of us were happy. For context, we lived together in a small one-bedroom apartment. 2 months ago, I went to crash with a friend for a boys' weekend. Midway through Saturday, Anna texted me and told me that her best friend, Joel, had stayed over the night before to keep her company. Now, normally this wouldn't be an issue. But we always communicate to each other about people coming over beforehand, so something felt off. Didn't know what possessed me, but I inquired about sleeping arrangements. She admitted they slept together in our bed the night before. Alarm bells absolutely ringing at this point. I freaked out and told Anna how uncomfortable that makes me. She seemed genuinely confused by my discomfort and assured me nothing happened sexually. When I reiterated my unease, she became defensive. She told me point blank that Joel would be staying the night again, and he would be sleeping in bed with her, so I'd better get used to it. Anna said it's something she has always done with friends, and she didn't see the need to change if both she and Joel thought it was no big deal. I again objected, at which point Anna snarkily told me I'm being sexist, as I wouldn't have a problem if Joel was a girl. At this point, I asked her why it didn't bother her that I was so uncomfortable. After all, I'm her partner, not Joel, and if roles were reversed, I would absolutely take it seriously if she said she was suspicious of cheating. Anna asked for my reasoning. To me, a bed is an intimate space and there's a special connection that is shared when two people sleep next to each other. I believe that intimacy should be reserved between partners, not shared with everyone. This is what I told her. Anna got angry. She asked me how the hell she was supposed to explain this to Joel and warned me that Joel will think I'm a bad person, and a bunch of other shit. I issued an ultimatum over text and said that either she continues to date me or she sleeps in bed with Joel, but she can't do both. She sort of realized I was serious and grudgingly agreed not to sleep with Joel. The next day I arrived home. Joel was still over. They were kind of cuddled on the couch and jumped apart when I came in. Anna barely got excited to see me, didn't get up or ask me how my weekend was, nothing. I immediately hopped in the shower and by the time I got out, Joel had left. Anna and I sat down and talked. Immediately she started yelling and accused me of manipulating her. She said that me telling her what she can and cannot do with her friends is a red flag of an abusive relationship and it had to stop. I disagree. Not wanting your so sleeping in bed with somebody else is a perfectly reasonable boundary to have and I don't think it's manipulative. You can be friends without sleeping together. We've had discussions about boundaries before, but I figured now is a good time to discuss them further. Anna asked whether she could hold Joel's hand in public. I said I'm not super comfortable with you holding hands with other guys, why do you need to hold his hand? She dodged my question and asked, can I hold his hand in private then? Can we snuggle? I told her I'm uncomfortable with her holding hands and snuggling with other men. Anna blew up and yelled that I need to compromise too, because she's compromising to do what I want even though she doesn't believe in it. We don't resolve anything and go to bed angry. I couldn't sleep. Despite her insistence, there was nothing between her and this guy, I had to know. So I snooped and looked at her phone. There I found messages between her and Joel where they were looking for an apartment so they could live together. To me, this was definite evidence of cheating. So I confronted her about the messages. I asked her why she was planning on living with Joel if he is only a friend. She burst into tears and spilled. Her story is nuts, so bear with me. Before the pandemic hit, I was waiting on results from grad school. I study chemistry. Anna and I were in the midst of planning a move to a new city for my degree. However, unbeknownst to me, Anna didn't want to move because it would mean leaving her friends. So if I got in, Joel and Anna were planning on sitting me down and telling me that Anna would not be coming with me, but would instead stay here and move in with Joel, and we would be long distance. Apparently it was Joel's idea and Anna felt uneasy about it but went along. Immediately I told her if she saw fit to abandon our relationship by moving in with him, then obviously my instincts were right and cheating was at play. I also said that big life decisions should be made between her and me, and their plan to sit me down and tell me what was going to happen was extremely fucked up and strange. She got very upset. She told me she loved me and only me, thought Joel was gross and would never be interested in him that way, and said she must just be a stupid person because she didn't mean any harm by any of this. She thought we could make long-distance work and she wouldn't have to leave her friends. Anna pulled out her phone and said I could look through all of it to prove to myself she wasn't cheating. Then in front of me she texted Joel and told him she didn't want to live with him. She also said Joel has been telling her our relationship is toxic, that I'm controlling, and he's been prying into personal stuff like our sex life, and she hated it but didn't know how to confront him. Her explanation was very emotionally convincing. Normally when people cheat and you confront them, they admit what they've done, especially if you have evidence as damning as all this. But she is steadfast she is not cheating. Later that night Anna promised to try harder in our relationship, to think about what will hurt my feelings. We got high and hung out and things seemed to be improving. Anna said we should spend more time together and do regular date nights, and that she misses me. So I said okay, let's do a date night tomorrow. Anna said she can't, she's going out with Joel. So I asked how about Tuesday? She can't, she has plans with Joel. Wednesday? Plans with Joel. And Thursday through Saturday, as well, she has to hang out with Joel. It makes no sense. She went out with Joel every day of the week after our fight. Every day, she slept until around noon, got picked up by Joel, and didn't come home until 3 a.m. I was infuriated, but fighting is so exhausting that I didn't say anything. But none of this is reasonable to me. If she actually wanted to reconnect, why wouldn't she stay and spend time actively repairing our relationship? Why would she go out every day for 12+ hours with the guy she was just accused of cheating on me with? So that brings us to now. I'm away this weekend, and guess who she's with literally every second of every day? Yup. I'm going insane. Need real advice here. Am I being manipulative and controlling like Anna says? Why is she flip-flopping so much? Am I being gaslit? Dude, this is intense. You are absolutely allowed to have boundaries in a relationship. I really don't believe her, and I do think you're being gaslit. I think she is cheating on you with this guy, and I would get out. Not wanting your partner to sleep in the same bed as another person is not even close to being controlling, and her reaction has so many red flags. Wish you all the best. I'm not going to address all of your questions here. All I am going to say is that none of this is healthy, and pretty much everything you wrote tells me that you and your GF do not have a good relationship. Do yourself a favor and end things. Remove yourself from this situation and stop torturing yourself. You are doing yourself a disservice by staying in a relationship that is causing you so much pain and turmoil. Break up with her and never look back, she's not worth it. The thing that makes me believe infidelity is going on is them on the couch together cuddling and her quick movement away from him, indicative of guilt and being found out, together with her aggressive reaction immediately afterward. That emotional, angry lashing out behavior and accusations in such a strong emotion are indicative of someone who is anxious and fearful of being exposed. It's panic on display. It's a classic cheater tell. Here's what you are dealing with: an unstable, immature person that wants desperately to be out of your relationship. Joel is the branch she's swinging to, and you are the one she's leaving. The moving out plans are obvious here. She lacks the courage to be honest and break it off herself. So she actually begins to treat you like shit, crosses all your boundaries, etc. Internally she's dying inside thinking please break up with me. She feels that if she breaks up with you, she's the bad guy. This is where the seemingly contradictory, let's do stuff together and I love you comes in. What you need to know is that her words, at this point, mean nothing because they are part of her inner struggle manifesting in the acting that she is engaging in. You need to look logically at her actions and not be confused with what she is saying. They may seem contradictory, but remember, she wants out but she wants you to be the one that pulls the trigger. Also, I would suggest you resist the urge that you see this as a good guy, bad guy, black and white situation. She is probably dealing with a lot of eternal strife. The cheating is nagging at her but she can't help herself. She cares for you, but she's made up her mind, and the more you fight it and don't break it off when she's clearly crossing your boundaries, the more she resents you because you won't give her exactly what she wants, an amicable split so she can monkey branch to Joel free from the guilt she's feeling. The solution is simple, but not easy. Your instincts are to keep her there, or, even if you let her go, arrive at the truth, which is she's branch swinging, she is. Here's the thing though, you need to be the rational one, you need to let her go and you need to resist the urge to state your feelings and what the reality is. The best thing for you is to simply create an amicable split. Make her think that it was both your ideas. I will always cherish the moments we spent together, but I feel we've grown apart. I think we need some time to reevaluate where we are and if we want to be together. Make her feel that you are both agreeing to a break. You'll find that it'll be an easy choice for her, despite all the contradictory things she said, because as soon as you make her think it was both your ideas, she subconsciously is relieved and her eternal conflict ends. Then you move on and go no contact. She will reach out to you. They always make some excuse if you end things and go no contact. But I'd say don't take her back. Move on. She's been treating him like shit, though. She doesn't deserve the kid gloves, making this breakup as nice for her as possible. Why should he put her relief before his own valid feelings? When you mistreat people, you deserve to be confronted and told what you did wrong. Op should break up with her and not backburner the justice he needs by taking pains to ensure she doesn't feel guilty. She should feel guilty. I've been with my boyfriend for 7 years. If I ever found out he slept in the same bed as another woman, I'm leaving. I don't care if all their clothes stayed on the whole time. I don't care if nothing happened. You don't have to cheat for me to leave. It's completely unacceptable. Like I'm not having a conversation about it. If he couldn't see why it's a problem, we are just straight incompatible. You're not the problem here. There are so many people who don't need to be told why this behavior is inappropriate. And even more who wouldn't push back once you said it bothered you. So to deal with someone like your GF isn't worth it to me. Can she hold his hand in public? Please. I'd have just packed a bag and left after that. I'm not looking to teach someone what it means to be in a relationship. There's way more to this, my man. If I came home and they were cuddled up on the sofa, Joel would be walking around with a busted grill now. Thanks for listening so far. If story have update we will post here. Like and subscribe to our channel for upcoming stories.